You fucking gay.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is SmurpH. I'm the worst commentator commentating, and here is the sequel you've all been waiting for. I know that with a lot of my videos, I usually end them saying, maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. And 90% of the time, I end up not doing a part 2. But anyways, I'm actually going to make a part 2 to this one, and it's my moving story, because I saw like 4 or 5 people request, and I was like, wow, a lot of people actually want to hear, what happened. So where we left off, I was just starting school, and it was turning into summer. Now, summer is where everything went nuts. Now, if my mom is watching this, she'll probably be like, why would you even say this, But everyone in my family went fucking crazy. Except for my dad. My dad was pretty chill because he was just on pain meds and he wasn't working. He was just on unemployment and whatnot, just living his life. And he was just, he thought of it as a vacation or whatever. My mom really wanted him to get a job, and that was one of the things that really drove her nuts. That and the fact that I didn't want to be there at all. And she realized she didn't want to be there at all, because she was there and she was, she didn't have anybody to hang out with. She didn't have any, friends there. She was trying to make friends by going to church and whatnot. But anyways, my mother went crazy. And also, when I got let's get the church thing out of the way. When I got depersonalization, my mom for some reason thought, Tommy, you smoked pot, you must go to church now as a punishment. Church shouldn't really be a punishment, I guess. It should be something you choose. I don't think you should be punished with it. It's kind of a punishment in the fact you have to wake up early and whatnot and just go. And I didn't know anybody there, so I would just go there and listen and leave. And church really sucked there. Not gonna lie, I really did not like church at all. I went there like every Sunday, and it just drove me crazy. I hated the thought of it was summer. I don't want to wake up early. It was basically my. If I could do it, I would take that summer back, and I would just do everything possible. I did nothing that summer because that was the last summer I'm ever gonna have where I don't need to, work or put effort in throughout the summer. That was an actual break. Now I don't have any more breaks because I have to get a job this summer and I have to do other things. So that was my my last final break, and I didn't really get to enjoy it. But anyways, on the topic of my mother. My mom went crazy. Alright, so one time we were driving back to New York to see my friend. And, not see my friend, my sister was graduating, but I saw my friend. And on the way back, that's when I started getting my first, little small panic attacks. But on the way back, my mom went crazy. She was like, I think our car started to, overheat, and there was smoke coming out of it. And she was like, and we got all out of the car, and she was like, fuck this, I'm moving back to New York, you guys can stay here. And whatever, she's like, I'm walking back. And she was just saying completely illogical things. Mom, you cannot walk back to New York when you are 6 hours away by car. And she was just, and she had like 4 moments like that. She would just go off, and she would just, if something went wrong in the house, she would just flip off, and she would just fucking go crazy. And I would have to jump out of windows to catch her and stuff because it was on a first story house, so. I had to go through the window and whatnot and lock all the doors because she would just threaten to leave. And I was like, Mom, you can't leave me here with Dad. I mean, he's not working or anything, and he wasn't really coping with the moment. My dad was kind of out of it the whole time we were there. And I kind of went off on him, and I was like, Mom doesn't love you and whatnot, but I love my dad and I love my mom. And I don't know why I ever got so mad at my dad I got really mad at my dad one time. I was going off, and I was like, Mom doesn't love you. I don't like you. Nobody in our family likes you. Why are you going to let her leave? She's the only person in here that I like. And I don't know. It just went crazy with that. And, oh, man. That shit was just awful. But anyways, as I progressed through the summer, my depersonalization got worse and worse. I would have a lot of moments where I would just go, I didn't really do anything. I think the most exciting thing I did during the summer was probably go over to my cousin's friend's house because he had a drum set, and I was really big into drums, and it was the first time I ever played a drum set, and I just went ham on that shit. But anyways, that was the best time I had while I was there. I mean, it was just an awful time for everybody in my family. My sister would come back from college, and she would come to North Carolina, and she was like, this isn't gonna work forever. I can't keep flying back here. It's gonna end up getting expensive, and I'm not gonna be able to visit as much. We were used to seeing her every week, and now we weren't even seeing her at all, really. And it was just awful. The whole time we were there, it was just awful. My family went crazy, I went crazy. And finally, it was in June, my mom was like, you know what, we're selling the house and we're moving back. And right now we're in a house with a financial situation, which we're either going to lose the house, we're going to find a way to keep it. It's going in one of each way, and it's kind of scary to think about because I lived in this house my whole life, and I really don't want to lose it. I already lost it once, and I don't want to go through it again. But anyways, as of right now, we're home. But moving was just terrible. School was awful. Everything was just terrible about that. If you guys have any moving stories, leave them down below. Let me know what happened. If you had any bad experience and maybe it was the best experience of your life. I don't know. If you guys have any moving stories, leave them down below. And anyways, as always, you guys know I love you guys. And I would totally go down on you. You know that, baby.
Me, Mario!